Hey Grizzlies, Johnny here, and I am here with Mr. Ritter, the Vice Principal at CCHS, with a big announcement. And as part of the announcement, I'm giving Mr. Ritter a Grizzly Mountain hat because he is joining the team. And so the announcement is that next year, the 22-23 school year, Mr. Ritter is going to take over as the principal of Grizzly Mountain High School. And the high school cohort of freshmen is going to become, they're becoming sophomores next year, and we're going to add another freshman cohort. And with all of the credit requirements of high school, Mr. Ritter's coming on to begin shaping Grizzly Mountain 9 through 12. And so I'm here to introduce you to him. He's one of my favorite people in Crook County. He moved here, I think, a year after me, and was a social studies teacher at the high school for a long time.
Yeah.
When I was a biology teacher at the high school. And so
that's right. I forget those details, man.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah. So let me stop stealing his thunder here. So tell me about your background and what's kind of motivated you to want to be a part of this.
Yeah, no, that's the fun stuff. So I've been in education forever, like 23 years now. Which starts to kind of age myself.
Yeah, you're way older.
Way older, as you remind me. But I might have more hair. I don't know.
Oh.
We'll see. So, I've loved my experiences, and some of the experiences I've loved the most have been in programs that aren't necessarily the mainstream programs. I've done a lot of ESL, alternative education, and along with those programs, I've done a lot of program design and then implementation. And so, what's really cool right now is that GMH has been started. It was kind of your brainchild. The district's been super supportive, said this is a great idea, let's serve families, and GMH was born, and you've done a phenomenal job of implementing this program. K-9 and really K-9.
Yeah, I mean, this year we have
this year the freshmen are coming through and they're doing well. And so to be able to join you, someone I've been able to work with for a number of years, and Christy Brees, who I was blessed to work with for a number of years, is just amazing. Also to do program design, implementation, and then ultimately to be able to serve families in a way that we've been served. Yeah. We've done private school, public school, and homeschool with our own 5 children, and it's something I believe in. So to be a part of this is just really exciting.
It is, and I don't think I've officially announced to you guys either that I for the last 2 years have been getting my administrative credentials, so I've had this title program coordinator. But next year I'll officially be the principal of Grizzly Mountain K through 8. But as we can,
yes, that's a big deal.
It is.
That's a big deal, man.
And as we continue to grow, we need another administrator at the high school level, and so that's why Jason's coming in. I'll still be very much involved. I've been very involved with the freshmen this year, and I'll continue to be involved. But it's really exciting to have Jason, who's been a high school principal, who's going to be running everything over there. So. There's about 3 things we want to answer about this high school cohort in this video. First one is the excitement of a partnership with COCC.
Yeah. So we've talked about this quite a bit in that GMH has a phenomenal start, and we're looking to expand the opportunities for GMH students. And right now, COCC has been a wonderful partner for Crook County School District, and we have already established programs at CCHS for students to take dual credit. So they're getting high school credit and they're getting college credit. And COCC has provided a real easy to work with partner to ensure that students can get that college credit. There is no reason that GMH students can't be a part of that. And that every opportunity afforded to students throughout CCSD is also afforded to the Grizzly Mountain students. And so, we're creating pathways so that a student could technically, if they play their cards right and if they're planning it out with their families, walk out this door 4 years after entering high school with an associate's degree in their hand. And it's a lot of work, and there's a ton of value to earning college credits, even if you don't walk out with that technical 2-year degree, but it's possible, and it's something that we want to make sure is available to GMH families.
Yep, and it's awesome. I've got a freshman, and he's going to be starting a couple classes through COCC next fall.
Yep.
And we actually have one student this trimester at GMH who just started taking the first 2 classes at COCC. And so the big thing is, graduate from high school and have an associate's degree paid for by the school district, or be close to it. That idea to me was foreign as a high school kid. I graduated from high school with 8 college credits, But when I got to OSU, I met kids from Portland who had 45, 60 credits already. And so we're just going to give our kids that opportunity, and the systems are already in place to make it happen. Okay, next question that we want to address is earning credits. What is earning credits going to look like? And I think just speak to, are things changing? Because Mr. Ritter's coming in, are things changing?
So, in short, no. Continuity K-12 is something that I think is really critical for a program like Grizzly Mountain. So many families have students at various levels. And so we're trying to continue with the familiar and to build upon what's already been established rather than to upset the apple cart and create a whole new formula. So are students going to be able to earn credits? Absolutely. And they're going to be able to earn credits in a whole bunch of different ways. And so there's going to be letter grades possible, there's going to be pass-fail grades possible. I mean, there's going to be elective opportunities for things that are already integrated into students' lives. We've already got the model, established and set up, and we're expanding that so that kids are going to be able to walk out with a ton of credit for some of the things that they're already doing.
Yep, and so that includes, as we're doing this for the first time this year with freshmen, 4-H. This term we've got a couple, 3 or 4 kids who are going to get a credit for 4-H, doing 4-H, and it'll come through as an independent study ag credit. And music, so kids doing drums, piano lessons, guitar, and earning proficiency credits that way. Art,
foreign language,
and as much as we can, we're trying to figure out how to say yes. One of the posters we have in the hallway here is start with yes. And so when you're doing something innovative, first you say, let's figure out how we can do that.
Right.
And so in particular, the other question that comes up is, with high school, are parents going to be able to choose curriculum?
Yeah, and I think that is an absolutely critical component of a homeschool connection like GMH. Parents, families have to be in charge of that curriculum and using what works for them and what best serves their students and able to make that decision. And so, yes, parents can choose curriculum. And then how we work that out, so the details of ensuring that students are able to get credit for the curriculum that the families choose. We've got that pathway and the forms, and we're getting that worked out in detail so that parents are going to be able to come in with their students with the curriculum, and we'll make sure that results in a credit for your high school student when it's all said and done.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right. Well, I mean, there are some nuances to credits and how it all works, but we don't want to get too far into the weeds here. And so we are going to have a question and answer session on Thursday, the 14th of April at 9 a.m. And Mr. Ritter and myself will be there to go through any specifics that you want to know about. That'll be here at Grizzly Mountain. And also, there was a freshman orientation for CCHS coming up.
Right.
So my son Eli is a freshman, and he takes math at the high school, even though he's a Grizzly Mountain student. And we like doing that because math can be one of those things that's kind of hard to do at home, but not impossible. And then he does sports after school. And so 5th period, he takes math at the high school, and then he goes out and goes to track practice. So if you're interested in your students being involved in maybe 1 class or 2 classes a term at CCHS, you would want to go to this orientation. So can you talk about that?
So Thursday the 7th, this coming Thursday the 7th at 6 p.m. And then there's another session available at 6:30, so depending on last name. But really it's kind of a come when it best fits your schedule, 6 or 6:30. And it's going to give parents and students an opportunity to understand what programs and what electives and what clubs and sports and all the things that are available to you. And so it's a zero obligation. Your kids are not going to be Crick County High School students. That is not the point to somehow co-opt you into that, but to provide you with opportunities that are provided to every other Crick County school district secondary student. I just want to ensure that GMH students also have those opportunities. Yeah. And so that is Thursday the 7th, 6 or 6:30 at Crick County High School. Yeah. And orientation gives you a layout of what all those options are.
Yeah. And this is an orientation for all freshmen.
It is. Yeah. It is. So current 8th graders who are coming in and going to be freshmen for the 2022-2023 school year, it gets parents and students the information that you need.
Yep, and so you'll be able to hear about, I mean, some of the things that I could see people wanting to use at the high school while still being a Grizzly Mountain student would be CTE classes. So what are a few of the CTE classes
Oh
you guys
man,
have?
so I mean we have welding, we have culinary arts, we have health occupations. I mean some of it's in the shop, which is phenomenal, and some of it is learning about the human body and medical terminology, and how to treat people, and it's just it's a whole range of things that are outside the standard core subjects. And so you would be hard pressed to walk in there and not find something that caught your eye.
Yep.
And that really interested you or your student.
Cool.
Yeah.
Last thing, for those of you who are going to be having freshmen or sophomores with Grizzly Mountain next year, we are going to also be having forecasting in May. And so you can know that like by May, we're going to start building a plan for what classes your student's going to take. Anything else you'd like to say, Mr. Ritter?
Just that I'm thrilled to be partnering with you, thrilled to be partnering with the families, and thrilled to have this hat. It's like the NBA draft. This is great. So really happy to be here, and really want to make sure that people have access to me, even though I'm not technically in the role until July 1st, I think. The reality is we all know that's not how it works. Once you're in, you got to start answering questions, you got to start building a program, and you got to start working with people. So I want to make sure that people have access to me, and we can get those specific questions answered. If not the next Thursday, the 14th, then reach out to me individually, and we'll get you set up.
Yep, and I'll throw his contact info in the description below on this video, and at the end of the blank screen at the end of the video. So we're here for you guys, and we're so glad that you're all a part of Grizzly Mountain, and we're going to keep growing this thing and making it better every year.